Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. We made some really good progress yesterday. We got ourselves some All-the-Modium, and all of our gear and tools are indestructible now. We also got ourselves a little power setup going. We're going to upgrade that later today. Please don't blow up. But we're also going to look into upgrading our storage system, and we're going to get a new base going, and it's going to be great. So, first things first, where do we begin with this? I would say we need storage. That would probably be the first thing I go for. So we're going to be jumping into Applied Energistics 2. Looks like we need some Certus quartz to get going here. Now, Certus quartz is going to spawn on these budding Certus quartz. You can find these in the meteorites that we found yesterday. And then once you have some of the crystals from that meteorite, you can craft more of these budding Certus quartz. This one I got from a quest reward. And we are going to be making the Certus quartz seeds. We just need quite a bit of these crystals to get that going. So I'm pretty much just waiting on these crystals to be fully grown. Now we should get quite a lot of them because fortune does apply to that. While we're waiting on these guys to grow, I suppose it's time to start thinking about building a base. Because right now we are kind of all over the place. It would be nice to get nice and organized here. Now, keeping in mind that I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do here. For starters, I know I want to grab these mangrove logs. How do I get rid of this? I don't know what I did or how to get rid of it. Okay, that's just going to be like that forever. Okay, I have absolutely no plan, but I do know kind of an idea of what I want if my game would cooperate. We are struggling lately. Basically, I know for a fact that I want this guy to be fairly large. I want it to feel spacious inside. I'm thinking 11 blocks long ought to do the trick. I thought maybe we can go to 15. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I have this diamond wand that's really easy to craft up, and it's going to make building big things a lot easier because we can just get on here and build this whole row with one click. And then what I think I want to happen is we're going to have some pillars. I think just trying to think of how I want to do this. Okay, we're kind of talking here. This is semi-permanent as I figure out what I'm going for here, but this is probably going to be the main room where we have our little AE2 system going. And then I kind of, we're figuring out, we got like some pillars going. We may take down like this wall and have like a hallway with some more rooms down it. And yeah, I'm basically just kind of figure it out as I go along. But at least we have a room to start off. Better than nothing, right? One of our Certus quartz clusters is finally grown, and we can pop this bad boy off. And let's see, we got 5 Certus quartz out of that. I think that's pretty good, so we just wait for a couple more to grow, and we should be able to get 4 blocks of this. I'm going to build a little room. I'm going to have separate rooms for like everything. So we can have like a little room for our reactor, a little room for our essence storage, and maybe our farm. We'll definitely need a room for the mob farm. And just things like that, like the fusion altar. So I think that's what I'm going to be working on, like in the background. I'll kind of give updates every now and then. But if you see drastic changes in between clips, that's what's going on. We got another Certus quartz cluster here. That brings us up to 10. Okay. So we'll need 16 total. Just gotta wait for a little bit longer. While we're waiting on those, there are a couple of items we can grab. And put all my building blocks down in this chest here. Looking for things in these chests is so much work. I cannot wait until I have this storage up and running. So we'll need a couple of machines here to get our AE2 system going. Looks like we'll need both the charger and the inscriber. Both are pretty easy to grab. There we go. Both of these are going to have to be hooked up to some power. I'm just going to have to block off our little beehive for now while we get situated. So there we go. There's our inscriber and charger. Although they do say they're offline. Why is that? They do have power. Oh, maybe they just aren't active yet. Okay, we'll give that a shot when we get to it. I do need to make a meteorite compass for this quest to complete, even though we already found a meteor. And to make one of those, you just throw a compass into the charger. And now hopefully that should charge it up. It looks like it's working. Yeah, there we go. This guy will point you into the direction of... I'm going to turn this off. It's really annoying. This guy will point you into the direction of a meteorite. So that way you are able to find all of those presses we got. And there we go. There's our quest reward here. Now we're going to be using those presses to craft some circuits. If I can find them. Only if I can find them. Oh, there's one of them. Okay, there we go. We got a couple more. Each of these presses makes a different circuit. We're going to need lots of this printed silicon from the silicon press. Silicon is made from... Oh, we can make silicon essence. Okay, that's really good. But it's made by smelting Certus quartz dust, which I think we have a lot of. And then silicon essence is a tier 2 seed, and we just need 4. Okay, I'm going to make that real quick. That seems important. I know I had some Certus quartz dust. Let's smelt this up. As for everything else, all of these circuits has a different item it needs. The engineering processor is a diamond, the calculation is a Certus quartz crystal, and the logic circuit is a gold ingot. So this is where our Certus quartz seed is gonna come in very nicely once we get that going. Definitely gonna want these silicon seeds too, because we will need lots of that. Sweet, now we should be able to take our silicon essence and make some of this. To get our silicon circuits, we're gonna throw this guy in here and that together. Ooh, hello. Rude. Yeah, this guy is fairly slow right now, but it is what it is. We can speed it up with some acceleration cards. I wonder what these cost. Okay, that's not terrible. I think I already have Fluix Essence. Yeah, I do. I got that from a quest reward, but I'll go over how to get that stuff just in case you don't get as lucky. Because that is very lucky to get that. These charged Certus quartz crystals and some redstone and nether quartz all go together in some water to get you the fluids crystals. The charged Certus quartz is just throwing Certus quartz into the little charger here. So it's not terribly difficult to grab. It's just kind of tedious. But you can make seeds from this. You just need some Fluix blocks, and it is a tier 4 seed, so you'll need the Imperium. Yeah, that is a very lucky quest reward to get. Okay, we now have lots of these printed silicon. Basically just waiting on that last Certus quartz crystal to grow. But we can grab at least some of these other circuits. We can grab some of the logic circuits from gold. I do need to get some Fluix crystals for this quest. We just grab some of these and get the dust and some crystals. Sweet. Fluix crystals are going to be used to graft a lot of these cables from the mod. This is what's going to connect all of our storage system together, and we'll be using lots of those. So very important that we have Fluix automated. So let me go ahead and craft some of these. We need some quartz fiber, which is Certus quartz dust, and some glass. And again, we can automate this once we have Certus quartz seeds. We do have at least some right now. Then that combined with these Fluix crystals will get us some glass cables. Now, if you want them to look pretty, you can grab some wool. Yeah, you can grab some wool and cover it. That will kind of make it look just a little nicer. Then you combine 4 of those together to get a dense cable. This one's just a little bit bigger, and it's kind of hard to explain right now without being able to show it, but these carry more channels. It's a lot to explain, I know. It's going to get complicated here soon. But these big cables carry more channels. That's all that's important. Okay, we're going to grab the engineering press from some diamonds. It looks like you can also make these Certus quartz crystals by dropping charge Certus quartz. Oh, I teleported to the swamp. Hang on a minute. Excuse me. What are you doing here? Hello? Okay, get me out of there. Okay, what I was gonna say is that you can make the Certus quartz crystals by dropping some charged Certus quartz and Certus quartz dust together in a little pond. I think they drifted too far apart. Okay, try that. That way we don't... Yeah, there we go. Oh, beautiful. That way we don't have to wait for that last quartz to charge. Then we can make the Certus quartz blocks. We want to make sure we grab not the ones from Greg Tech. We want these ones, the applied Energistics ones. Then we need the seeds. I think these were... Okay, they're tier 3. No problem. Not a problem at all. Here we are. Here's our seeds. This is gonna give us our infinite Certus quartz. Very handy and easy. Everything's been easier since I built this farm. It was well worth it. I need fertilizer though. And everything's gonna be easier once I have storage, because I'm so tired of looking through these chests. It's really, really bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. How many chests is it? This is 12 chests and a barrel. Let's make sure we give our Certus Quartz Essence a nice little home. Okay, now that we have that, we should be able to start making the last circuit we need from this. And I'm definitely going to look into making some of those acceleration cards once we have access to all that, because that will help a ton with getting these circuits. That is the last step we need. We'll throw our silicon in the bottom. We need some redstone in the middle, and then these can go at the top. We're going to do this for each one. Oh, I accidentally reset it. But this is how we're going to get the circuits, or the processors, not the circuit. We actually don't need that many, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to get enough to get us going. There's our logic processors. Next, we're going to start looking at crafting the crafting terminal. This is what's going to allow us to craft from our storage system. And then all of these items we should be able to craft now. The formation core, yes, easy. And then the illuminated panel is just some glowstone and quartz glass. Okay, Certus quartz and glass, easy. We have everything. Surely I have a couple pieces of glowstone lying around. Surely. Ouch, okay. Quick nether trip. Hopefully we shouldn't have too big of an issue grabbing some of this real quick. Okay, there's the illuminated panel we need and one ME terminal. Inventory is a large mess right now. And I believe we just need a crafting table. That will get us the terminal. Crafting terminal. There we go. Next, we'll need the ME controller. This is going to be the, like, central hub for our storage system. You can make Skystone Essence. Okay. We're definitely going to do that. Skystone is an item, is the block that the meteor is. I think I have a good amount of it, but I will make Skystone seeds at some point. I swear I got a bunch. I better still have a bunch. Oh yeah, there we go. We only need 4 to get this controller though. And we just need to smelt this up into stone. We also need to pick up the ME drive. And there we go, there's our ME controller. And for some reason I need to craft an ME chest too. Even though I am definitely never going to use that. There we go, 1 ME chest. Now, we basically have everything here. If we wanted to, we could hook this guy up now. We're going to throw our ME controller onto our power. This guy gets powered up. We need to throw our ME drive down next to this. Well, you don't have to do it next to it. It just has to be connected to the controller. You can use the cables that you got. So that is our storage system right there. We can throw a crafting table on top of this. Just for now. Now we can see in this drive, this is where our storage cells are going to go. And that's what's going to allow us to put all of our items in. So first we need to start getting storage cells. And again, super easy craft. We have everything. I am loving the fact that we have all these mystical agriculture items. It's really making my life so easy. Okay, here is the 1K storage component. Now to get the actual storage cell, we can't just throw the storage component into the system. We need a way to house it. So we need to make one of these item cell housings. Except I am not going to use the 1K. We're going to upgrade this bad boy to 4K right away. That's 4,000 items. If I can find it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Now if we put the item cell and the storage component together, that gets us a 4K storage cell. Now this has 4,000 bytes. That means it can have up to 4,000 items, but only 63 types. That means 63 different items. So we would be able to have, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but we would be able to have 63 different types of items in here. And I'm not sure what the usage of the bytes is, but 4K should get us a good start. I'm just gonna start throw in some of the important items in here. And we can also, this is going to be very important, we need to connect our storage controller with all of our essences in it to this. So that way we can use all of the essences and just start crafting from there instead of having to pick them out every time we need some. And the way we're going to do that is with a storage bus. And this thing also makes crafting a whole lot easier. We don't have to go looking for the items every time we need them now. We can just look up the recipe in JEI and it should pull it up. And it will also tell us what we don't have in the system. Okay, we should be able to now craft a storage bus. We need to hook this guy up. Excuse me, every time I need to do something, you're in the way. Anyway, as I was saying, we can throw the storage bus on the front of this guy and just start hooking it up with some cables. This is just going to be in the way for now. I'm not too worried about it. But now if we open this bad boy up, we should be able to see all of our essences. And that's not going to take up any storage space because this is all managed by the storage controller and these drawers here. So now we are free to use all of the essences that we're getting. So we can just grab some netherite. There we go. There we go. 64 netherite. It gets easy. Now it's gonna get a little complicated from here because I want to get into auto crafting these processors, because auto crafting processors is gonna allow us to have more storage. We need more storage components, more storage, and it's just, I'm not crafting these manually. It's just gonna unlock a whole new world for us. So I'm gonna do my best to try to explain what I'm going through here, but if you get lost, I don't blame you. I cannot promise it's gonna happen. We need a pattern provider. Then we're gonna use this to craft the pattern terminal, like that. I think I need another one of that on top. Okay, there we go, there's that. This pattern access terminal can just go connected to our ME system. Just throw them here. Okay, we also need the pattern encoding terminal. This one is not as important as the encoding terminal, but we needed it for the quest anyway. Now for some reason, I don't have glowstone or nether quartz seeds, so I'm gonna craft those up real quick, because we do need quite a bit of those for these crafts. There we go, there's both of those seeds. Okay, we can craft up some of these blank patterns, along with the pattern access terminal. Maybe sometime soon. Okay, one pattern encoding terminal. Ooh, okay. Hello, Jonathan the Legendary. What you got for me? Weak. Also weak. You guys suck. Okay, it's just one thing after another here, but we need these molecular assemblers now. All of this is gonna amount to something once we get it all. I'm gonna craft 4 of these guys to start, and then we will need more of these pattern providers. Okay, now the way that we set this guy up, let me just grab some more cables. I'm just gonna go like, dude, I don't even know. Let's just throw it where this guy is. We're just gonna throw these in a little like square. The way that these molecular assemblers work is they can access the pattern providers from all 6 sides of them, but we also kind of want to have access to the pattern providers, so we want to build these up in kind of like a little square column, so that way we can still access all of our pattern providers. But we are going to connect this up to the system. Ooh, we are running out of channels here. Okay, let me make sure everything's still online. Yeah, okay. I think that's the maximum we can throw on here, though. Okay, now that we have our molecular assembler up and running, we should be able to start crafting. We just need to make a pattern to craft. I'm going to start with a blank pattern. We want this one. We want to make the blank pattern. That's obvious choice. Then we should, this is why we needed the access terminal. We can just throw this pattern into this and it will automatically deliver it to the pattern provider, one of them at least. Now this should show up in our crafting terminal as a pattern. And if we want to craft one of them, we do need some quartz glass, but we also need a crafting CPU. This is where this bad boy comes in. Realistically, we only need one of each of these blocks. I'm gonna grab some more logic circuits. The main thing we need is one of these crafting storages. This 1K one will do us good for now. And basically this alone would count as a crafting CPU. We just throw this guy down. Is everything still working? Okay, I'm just concerned about the amount of channels. I think we're good. I'm still learning this too. Keep in mind, this is working as a crafting CPU. We want, though, to get a couple more things. We want one of these crafting monitors. This will allow us to see what it's crafting as it's working. We just need one more of those. And so there's a crafting monitor. And I also grabbed one of these crafting co-processing units. Okay, so we're just gonna... Oh, I'm not sure if this will work. Will it work as a tall square? Yes, it will. Okay, the crafting co-processing unit will allow it to work with more items at the same time. So normally without it, it would only process one item at a time, one crafting recipe, but this will allow it to do like 2 at the same time. And then the monitor will just allow us to see what it's working on. I'm gonna add the recipe for quartz glass in here, throw that in the assembler, and now we should be able to craft a pattern. Let me craft, for some reason it wants obscurity glass, that's not right. Let's throw this back in here. We can clear these patterns by just crafting them, I believe. Or do we just throw it back in? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, you just shift right click on it and it will reset it to a blank pattern. Okay, so we just need to, can we just swap this out for normal glass? And then it should work. There we go. Throw this guy in here. I don't actually have any glass on hand apparently, and I don't have any more patterns to make it. Okay, I threw some glass in here. I'm just really trying to show you how this works real quick. Okay, one pattern coming right up. We can request up to as many as we want. We definitely don't have enough ingredients for all that though. So let's get just one. Now we can see we have everything. And it should be pretty fast. Yeah, there we go. We get 2 blank patterns there. And now we can make more. So I'm going to just start. I think the important things are like the items we need to like make patterns. All of the like essences and stuff turning into ingots. That's important. So we'll just throw those in there. Because sure, we can just craft them from here normally, but all of the auto-craft recipes need all of the sub-recipes in order for them to work. Otherwise, it doesn't think that you have them. So yeah, there we go. Now we can craft 2 more. Definitely want the Certus Quartz recipe. Now, as for getting glass, yeah, it looks like really the only way is to smelt it for now. So that may be one that we just won't be able to have a recipe for, but that's okay. Sand is pretty easy for us to get to. Now, what we really need auto crafting for is getting these circuits automated. So this is going to be a whole other thing on its own. One important thing is if you're making something like a crafting table where it can be made from any planks, you want to make sure you have substitutions enabled, and then that way it should be able to use any planks we have. How about instead I just take some wood essence and get that. There we go. Now I can just craft them. I was trying to get the recipe for the pattern provider because we do need more of these. Yeah, there we go. We need this guy for our Inscriber automation. Now this is going to take some remembering for me to learn how to do. Basically, what we want to do is get it so that this pattern takes just a silicon and a diamond. Yeah, we want this guy to take just this and then give us a processor back. Okay, I think I figured out how we're gonna automate the production of these patterns. I've got 5 inscribers here. Each one is gonna be doing its own recipe. So we have one at the bottom that's gonna make silicon, and then these 3 are for the different circuits, and then this one at top will combine them all. And now I'm going to be using laser IO to connect all of these up and start transferring the items, which is a mod that I haven't used before, so we're going to figure this out. This was like the only item transportation I could find that seems to work. Okay, so from this chest, this pattern, when I activate it, it's gonna put the items into this chest right here. And then if we go into this laser node right next to it, we can see on the south side that it's connected to this. We want to throw one of these item cards in here. And then if we right click on this, we can see in the top left here, this is set to extract. That means it's gonna pull from the chest. And we can see there's a little laser right there connected to it. I had to turn off shaders for this because it's a little, yeah, no, we're not. Okay, and then into the Inscriber, we want to throw another item card, and this is, oh, we have filters everywhere and on item cards. I was working with this before, but we want this item card to insert, and we want to throw a filter on it that's gonna insert silicon. So now if we throw a piece of silicon into this chest, it should put it right into this Inscriber. Now we need a way to extract it from this and bring it all the way up to the top into this one. So we need to pull the silicon press out again from the Inscriber. We're going to use another item card on extract. And then up at the top, we need one more item card. Make sure this is going into the Inscriber. And then this one is going to be on insert, and it's going to insert printed silicon. Now we need to connect all of our laser nodes up. We're just going to shift right click on one with the laser wrench, and then right click on the next. And that should connect all of these up. And then hopefully we should have a piece of printed silicon in the top here, which we do, so we're good. Then we need to do the same for the other presses. The calculation press is going to get an item card that inserts the Certus quartz. Engineering gets an item card that inserts diamonds. And then the logic press gets an item card that inserts gold. Cool. Now all three of these should be able to go into their respective place, which they do. Now we just need to extract them all and have them go up to the top. And we also need to set up redstone to go up there too. Let me do the redstone first, which all we should have to do for that is just go into this item card that's inserting into this top one and add redstone to the filter. If we throw some in the chest here, it should go straight up to the top. Okay, I'm thinking it's because it was on a different channel. Yeah, okay, now everything should be fine. Cool. Then we need to extract all of these circuits from here. So we're going to go back in here, add an extract card with the right circuit in the filter. So now it should only extract this. And then up at the top, we will do the same thing and add the logic circuit to the filter. Oh, I forgot to set this to extract, but yes, now it should work. And then we'll just do the same thing for these two. Add an item card that extracts with the right circuit in the filter, and then up at the top add that same circuit to the filter. I can actually just add both of these right now, and there we go. That should be all of these automated, and I'm gonna just take all of these things out so we can get it to reset. Now if I request a processor, one of these maybe, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna ask for 10. So let's see if this works. Should get some silicon processing in the bottom, and then oh, it's still moving items. This is very slow. I wonder if we can get some upgrades on these laser nodes to make them work a little faster. But yeah, this is working. The diamonds should go into the middle one here, and all the redstone should go at the top, and then we get the processor back. I need to make sure I add an insert card down at the bottom for the chest. Yeah, so we need an insert card for the chest. Make sure we have just the processors as a filter. And then back at the top, we need to extract from the Inscriber with, again, those circuits or the processors. There we go. Now it should take these out, put them in the chest. And then last but not least, we just need a way to put them back into the pattern provider. And then all we should need to do that is just throw an import bus onto the pattern provider and then connect these up with some cables. And I think I need maybe an export bus here. Okay, the way I found that works is we throw the import bus on the chest, and then that will throw it back into our ME system. And that should be all of those processors finished now. We shouldn't have anything in our crafting monitor. And yeah, there we go. There's our 10 engineering processors. I just need to add the other 2 patterns to this pattern provider. And we now have automated processors. We just want to make sure when we're making these patterns that we don't have the printed items in here. We want the raw items since it's going to make them. Otherwise, it's going to think that we don't have that item. There we go. There's those 2 patterns there. And then we just throw these in the chest and we should all be good to go. One thing that is going to be very important is our molecular assemblers have already run out of storage. Oh, this jetpack is kind of annoying. But we should be able to add upgrades to these. Okay, it looks like in order to upgrade these, we need the extended pattern provider, which is just basically the same thing, but with a expanded inventory. And this doesn't look too expensive to craft, so I may grab one of those real quick so we have more pattern space. And there we go. That was pretty cheap. So I actually have room to just throw this right here. And now in our pattern terminal, we should be in here. Oh, it's missing a channel. Oh, that's not good. Okay, channels is a whole nother world. I may have to fix that when I move everything, because right now my wiring is a little all over the place. But what I think I can do, if I move this over here, throw our items in. I need to attach this to a different side and throw these over there. Okay, having this over here should fix our channel problem. The way that channels work is that basically each side of this ME controller has the capacity to hold 8 channels. So for example, these 2 sides right here are connected, so I think they can hold 16, but the glass cable can't hold that. Okay, anyway. So one side of this is able to hold 8 channels, and I believe the glass cable can hold 8 channels itself. So each machine that we have connected up takes up a channel. So like the storage bus takes up one, the crafting takes up another, this pattern provider, and then I guess all of these were taking up 1 channel, and this charger too. And then we can see in here how many things are using channels. So yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. It kind of gets a little confusing, but I think we're gonna make better use of that when we start moving everything. I kind of scrapped the old idea that I was going for, and I think this is where our system is gonna go. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on building this and then start moving everything over there in between episodes. I won't do too much, so it's not like it's huge drastic change, but I'll kind of get a good layout of where we're going. That way we can get set up for all the mod star. Because now that we have AE2 set up and we have a good storage system and automation, we should be ready to start working our way towards crafting this. But I think we still have quite a long way to go. So we'll slowly work our way there. How about that? And I mean, we still haven't even finished this chapter. We still need to beat the Ender Dragon and kill the Wither to unlock this. Oh, that's not good. I was trying to see where a stronghold was so we could go fight the Ender Dragon, but not within 10,000 blocks. Awesome. So yeah, that's something we'll have to do next episode. But we made really good progress today. We got all of this set up, our whole storage system, and this is going to be really good for the future. So yeah, that's probably going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.